Hot rock smell.
My crowbar won the shit with it.
Yeah, I said fuck you.
Not that long ago, but it's changed.
Yo, stick with the old.
Well, I mean,
If it is.
I know for a fact it's changed.
Alright. So, imagine.
I will raise my hand.
Yeah, I borrowed this really.
Let it go. We'll walk out.
They're gonna do like a weekend, fucking you not slider. There's not a you not pack it in.
Maybe like
I don't think you not slider.
Smells.
You only made one, right? You only made one.
Do you want to stand these up to tape it? Oh yeah, we'll pull it out.
Is there a charge up there?
I'm gonna set it to where if you just want to slide your fingers in.
The least amount of
Make sure you don't tape it to the actual.
You want?
Yeah, towards the base more to the base. So if you need to take some more rocks, but yeah, try to shove it in there. The blasting cap's on the way.
it's not.
Are you guys good with that, or you want to?
Underwater combat team up.
That actually looks pretty cool.
My role has been the officer in charge. I've helped with the planning and preparation, and then out here with the shots, ensuring that the Marines, our first step is when they get there to look at the dam and, you know, make the measurements and survey it and exactly see what might work per, you know, what we have. And so they will sketch it out and also write out their shots and exactly the news that are going with those. We're doing everything under 50-pound news. And so they'll come to me, I'll check it, make sure that, you know, it makes sense. It allows them to still even have some creativity behind it, because if those shots don't work, they at least know and see those effects and get to know the demolition a little bit better. So I check the shots prior to going out there, and then as well as when we go hot, I go up there with each shot, make sure when we pop smoke and everything, it's good to go, time it, ensure that the time fuse is correct, and just oversee the whole entire the whole entire training. This week we're out helping Cleveland National Forest blow some dams in order to allow for the remigration of fish and just put the national forest back into its natural state. These dams were built about in the 50s from several different personnel, and they want them taken out so that they can allow the water to flow freely and let the fish, you know, repopulate. The Marines have been performing really well. They're excited to be here, get out, and actually do something a little bit different than, you know, the typical let's go to the range and shoot around. This gives them that creativity aspect, makes them really think about how are we going to take this out. It's a, you know, real life event, and there's actually a little bit more behind it, because it's not just a training event, which it is, but, you know, you're helping out the community directly, and, you know, they're going to see a product from this that they can come back and bring their families and say, hey, this is what I did, and actually, you know, years later be able to still say that and come back and see it for themselves. A lot actually went into it. Since there is a community around and there's a lot of houses nearby, we had to ensure that we had not only ourselves out there, but community support, so the fire, local police, as well as the forest staff out there helping us out, because there are individuals within the area. These are highly populated trails that a lot of individuals will go through and use. They like to go to the watering holes, so that was our big thing, was making sure we worked that piece and coordinated it with the community. And then additionally, we did several site surveys, especially with a lot of the rain that we've been getting, to make sure it didn't affect the actual dams themselves, and then coming out here and ensuring that what we were using wasn't going to affect the surrounding areas, any of the houses, and make sure the PSI was appropriate, and also coordinate how much demolition we needed, what type of demolition, and exactly, you know, how many people we want to bring out to this area. Since it's not that big, we didn't want to bring too many bodies and just overpopulate, and be able to still control the training evolution overall, and then taking all the safety aspects of dealing with civilians being in the area was the biggest planning portion of it all.
The U.S. Forest Services, they want us to come out and remove a couple of dams. So around the 1950s to 70s, they built about 100 dams, and now that they've realized that they're starting to affect the environment around here. So they want us to come out and use explosives to get rid of them, just because of the terrain here. We can't really come out and use HE, or heavy equipment, to destroy some of them, just because, I mean, the town to get out here, a 7-ton can barely fit. So using explosives is the easiest way to get in and out, get rid of them, go check it, and we'll be done with it. So here we actually have a couple units. We got 7th ESB Charlie Company, they're the lead on it. Then we got CLB7 who came out to help support, as well as EOD. We got 2 EOD techs, and then we've got some Navy dive team demolition experts out here too as well. So this is honestly a extremely good training evolution for us. We're probably one of the first units to ever come out and be able to do something like this. So it's great training for all the Marines. I doubt anyone else will be able to get to do something like this. We are the test bed for it. So what we're doing out here is setting the line for, I think, 2 other units that will eventually come out. So I mean, even in real world, people don't get to blow up dams like this. Get to see the effect, get to actually try and use the theory and the principles that we learn in our explosive classes to actually do it, our job.